Dr. Eris Thorne was the station's chief biologist. When the drill pierced a pocket of pressurized water that had been sealed off from the rest of the ocean for 50 million years, the crew celebrated. They thought they had found a new ecosystem. They were wrong. They had found a prison. The sample they brought aboard wasn't water. It was a thick, viscous fluid that shimmered with a faint violet light. Under the electron microscope, Eris saw them. Viral agents, but not like any helix he knew. These viruses were geometric, sharp, and pulsed with a rhythm that matched the station's sonar. The infection didn't start with a fever or a cough. It started with thalassophobia, the fear of the sea, vanishing. The first to change was Commander Holloway. He stopped sleeping. He would spend hours staring out the reinforced portholes into the crushing blackness of the abyss. When Eris asked him if he was okay, Holloway smiled. It was a calm, unnerving smile. "It's too bright in here, Eris," Holloway whispered, "and too light. The pressure, it feels like we are floating. We need to go deeper." "We are at the bottom, Commander," Eris replied nervously. "No," Holloway said. His pupils dilated so wide his eyes were entirely black. "There is so much more below." By day 3, the crew began disabling the station's life support systems, not to kill themselves, but to adapt. They lowered the oxygen levels. Eris watched in horror as his colleague's skin turned translucent, revealing veins that glowed with that same violet hue as the sample. They weren't suffocating, they were evolving. The virus was rewriting their DNA to survive without air, to thrive under immense pressure. Eris locked himself in the comms room. He was the only one who hadn't touched the sample. He frantically typed a distress signal to the surface ships. "Do not retrieve us. I repeat, do not bring the station up." Suddenly, the heavy steel door behind him began to buckle. They were pounding on it, not with tools but with their bare hands, hands that were now strong enough to dent titanium. "Open the door, Eris," Holloway's voice came through the intercom, distorted and gurgling, like he was speaking underwater. "The surface is toxic. The air up there, it burns. We are saving you. We are taking the station down." "Down where?" Ari screamed, watching the pressure gauge on the wall spike. The external hull was groaning. "Home," Holloway replied. Then the sound of the ballast tanks blowing out echoed through the station. The Poseidon didn't rise. It lurched downward, plunging into the sediment, into the cracks of the earth that the drill had opened. Eris watched the depth meter scroll past the possible limits of the ocean. 12,000 meters, 13,000 meters. As the hull breached and the violet water rushed in, Eris realized the terrifying truth. The virus wasn't an invader. It was a recall signal. And the crew wasn't dying. They were just returning to where they truly belonged.